Hi there, this is a training coming to you from the Training Place of Excellence, and we're looking at being able to set up our statement of financial position. We already have a different teaching where we deliver the statement of profit and loss, and now we are extending it to the statement of financial position, and commonly known as your balance sheet. In order to pick up your statement of financial position from a trial balance, you need to identify or be able to identify what are your assets, what are your liabilities, and then, of course, which place will they be placed in the statement of financial position. And then you have the bottom aspect that picks up on your proprietor's funds or financed by, and that delivers the capital drawings and your net profit or loss, as the case may be. So from my trial balance, I want to identify, do I have any assets in there, and which will be my non-current asset and which will be my current asset. And the first non-current asset I have is equipment. So you will see from the trial balance there, you have equipment of that amount. So I will deliver that in the first column. For the non-current asset 3560, I look for the depreciation on that account or that asset account. I want to pick up accumulated depreciation of 488, and then I get my net value. That will be the cost, which is a debit balance, minus your accumulated depreciation, which is a credit balance. And that is the only asset I have. So I don't really need to bring down my totals, technically, because I've only got one item in there. And those two have finished their mission. So I can close off those two, and then I can push my headers upwards a bit if I want to. And then we come to the current assets section. For the current assets, you need to identify what current assets do you have. And we have here petty cash. So I'm taking my petty cash. I'm going to deliver that on the second column. And petty cash is 235. I go through again. I've got sales ledger control. And I pick up the amount. If I do not have any allowance for doubtful debt, then I need to just go straight into the second column and put in the amount 11,158. And please notice what I'm doing. I'm literally going row by row to try to identify what assets do I have in order to pick up all of my current assets without missing any item. Then you have closing inventory. So I'm going to just take that downwards. Closing stock, also known as closing inventory. My bank amount. I create in the closing inventory amount. You create in that those are the only assets that I have. So I can get a total of all my closing stock, bank, sales, ledger control, and petty cash. A total of all of my current assets, technically. And then I can move over to current liabilities. And the first one I have is a VAT owed to HMRC. And I'm going to put that on the first column, provided I have more than one liability. So again, I'm going to come through from the top and start coming down very gently, looking for all my current liabilities, and then making sure that I pick them all and pick them correctly. Once you have a mistake in any single item, you will then find that your balance sheet or your statement of financial position may end up not balancing. And then continue gently to see, do I have any other current liabilities? And I have accruals. Accruals is amount owed at the end of an accounting period. I drop in the amount as well. So I bring in my total there. And that is the total of all your current liabilities. My net current assets will be my current assets minus current liabilities. And then I pick up my non-current assets and my net current assets. And then I have long-term liabilities. Long-term liabilities, I believe I have a bank loan. And that is the only long-term liability I have in this question. And I can deliver that against the last column. So I then have my net assets, which is my bottom line. And that will be your net current assets and non-current assets, or your assets minus current liabilities, and I deduct my bank loan from there. That will give me 4735. And then I can move over to my financed by, which will have capital. So I pick up my capital figure. I will then pick up my, in this case, net loss and my drawings. So I have capital amount, I pick up my net loss. In fact, I just want to link it straight from here as a minus, and then I have drawings as well. I look for my drawings and I pick up the drawings, which is 1100. So that will be my reserves minus my drawings will give me the proprietor's funds or the financed by. And I expect us to know net assets must be the same as the total finance by your proprietor's funds. That is the indication that your balance sheet has balanced or your statement of financial position has balanced, which is what you always need. So I will suggest to you, please do look at the formats we have here and the structure, and then try to see yourself walk through the trial balance that you have here. It's a nice simple exercise. You're picking the relevant figures from the trial balance into the statement of profit and loss first, and then the statement of financial position second. And once you get to the statement of financial position, your net assets must be, should be, has to be, that is your indication that is correct. It has to be the same as the proprietor's funds. I hope this has been useful. If you found this useful, please hit the subscribe button and follow us on all our social media platforms. All right, keep studying and working hard. Adios. See you later.